The strange lights appeared in the night sky on a Tuesday. Todd looked up from the dirt path leading to his grandmother's farm. His phone had no signal out here in the countryside, but he didn't need it to know something was wrong. The lights moved in ways that planes or satellites never could, darting, stopping, then zooming across the stars. "Grandma Han," he called, hurrying the last 100 meters to the small farmhouse. "Come see this." His grandmother stepped onto the porch, wiping her hands on her apron. She was small but strong, with deep lines on her face from years of working under the sun. She looked up at the sky with calm eyes. "Mom," was all she said. "Don't you think it's weird?" Ty asked. He was 22, a university student in Seoul who only visited during breaks. "Those aren't normal aircraft." Grandma Han shrugged. "Come inside. Dinner is ready." Inside the warm kitchen, the small TV buzzed with news. Ta froze when he saw the images on screen. The same strange lights, but now over major cities around the world. Reports coming in from New York, London, Beijing, and dozens of other locations, the news anchor said, her voice shaking slightly. World leaders are calling for calm as these unidentified objects continue to. The TV signal cut out, then came back, but now it showed a face that wasn't human. The being had gray skin that seemed to shift like smoke. Its eyes were too large, too dark. When it spoke, its mouth barely moved, but somehow everyone hearing it understood perfectly. "People of Earth, we are the Voidborn. We come seeking worthy adversaries. Prepare for evaluation." The message repeated 3 times before the regular news returned. The anchors looked pale and confused. Tai turned to his grandmother, expecting fear or shock. But Grandma Han just clicked her tongue and served the rice. "Eat," she said simply. "Food gets cold." "Grandma, did you see that? Aliens, real aliens." "I saw," she said, sitting down across from him. "But we still need to eat." Tai couldn't believe how calm she was. Outside, neighbors were already gathering, pointing at the sky and talking in loud, worried voices. "Shouldn't we do something?" Tai asked. "Call someone." "Who would we call?" Grandma Han asked reasonably. "If they can take over our TV, they can talk to our leaders already." A loud crow came from the backyard. It was Dagel, his grandmother's prize rooster. The bird was large and proud with shiny black feathers that sometimes looked almost blue in the sunlight. Grandma Han loved that rooster more than most people. "I need to check on Dagel," she said, standing up. "Grandma, there are aliens, and you're worried about your rooster." She gave him a look that made him feel like a small child again. Some things are important, no matter what else happens. Ta followed her outside to the chicken coop. The other chickens were huddled together, quiet and nervous. But not Dagel. The rooster stood tall, his head cocked to one side, looking up at the sky. When he saw Grandma Han, he made a soft clucking sound. "Good boy," she whispered, reaching into her pocket for some feed. "You see them too, don't you?" Tay's phone suddenly buzzed with signals. Messages poured in from friends in the city. "They're everywhere." Military jets scrambled. "Do you think it's really happening?" As Tai read the messages, Dagel crowed again, louder this time. It sounded almost like a warning. "Grandma, we should go inside. The news says." "Dagel isn't worried," Grandma Han said, stroking the rooster's glossy feathers. "So I'm not worried either." Tai stared at her. "You trust your rooster more than global news." Grandma Han smiled. It was a strange smile that Tai had never seen before. "My boy," she said softly, "Dagel isn't just any rooster." Above them, the lights in the sky began to move in new patterns, forming a circle. In the distance, sirens started to wail. The world was changing fast, but on this small farm, Grandma Han continued to feed her chickens as if nothing unusual was happening at all. And somehow, that was the strangest thing of all. The first ships appeared at dawn. They were not like anything humans had ever seen before. Massive and dark, they blocked out the sun, casting huge shadows over cities, farmlands, and quiet neighborhoods. The Krell-Taru ships looked like giant black metal sharks hanging in the sky, their edges sharp and threatening. Hannah Park watched from her grandmother's farmhouse window as the first attacks began. The alien ships moved with a speed that seemed impossible. They didn't drop bombs or shoot missiles like in old war movies. Instead, they released strange green energy beams that cut through buildings, tanks, and planes as if they were made of paper. Military bases around the world tried to fight back. Fighter jets screamed into the sky, their missiles trailing white smoke. But when the missiles hit the alien ships, something weird happened. The missiles simply disappeared. The ship's surfaces seemed to absorb the attacks, changing color slightly before returning to their deep black shade. In Washington, D.C., the president spoke on emergency broadcasts. His voice was tired and scared. "We are facing a threat unlike anything in human history," he said. "These beings are not here to negotiate. They are here to take everything we have." The Krell-Taru didn't just attack military targets. They seemed interested in destroying everything. Shopping malls, schools, hospitals. Nothing was safe. Their energy weapons turned concrete into dust and steel into melted rivers. People ran in all directions, carrying whatever they could grab. Hannah's grandmother, Yunji, remained calm. She watched the chaos outside, her eyes sharp and focused. While neighbors packed their cars and ran, she was busy collecting strange things. Old radios, broken computer parts, electrical wires. Her rooster, Brave, walked around her feet, pecking at the ground as if nothing was happening. "Grandma," Hannah said, her voice shaking, "we need to leave. The aliens are destroying everything." Yunji just smiled. It was not a happy smile. It was the kind of smile that said she knew something nobody else did. "We're not going anywhere," she answered. "Not yet." In major cities, the destruction was complete. New York looked like a pile of broken glass and twisted metal. Los Angeles burned. Tokyo was nothing more than a gray landscape of destroyed buildings. The Krell-Taru ships moved slowly, methodically destroying everything in their path. Communication networks went down. Cell phones stopped working. Internet connections disappeared. The world became quiet except for the sound of destruction and human screams. Military units that survived the first attacks tried to regroup, but they had little hope. Some people fought back. Small groups of soldiers, civilians with hunting rifles, anyone who could hold a weapon tried to resist. But their efforts seemed pointless. The alien weapons could turn a tank into a melted pile of metal in seconds. A group of soldiers with rifles was less than nothing. Brave the rooster walked to the window. He looked outside, his red comb bright against the gray and black landscape. For a moment, he seemed to be watching the alien ships with more than just a bird's simple curiosity. There was something else in his eyes, something that looked almost like understanding. Yunji placed her hand on Hannah's shoulder. "Don't worry," she said quietly. "Not everything is as it seems." Outside, another building collapsed. The world was changing, and nobody knew how or why. Colonel Sun stood at the command center, her face lit by the blue glow of screens. Maps showed red dots where the alien probes had been spotted. There were too many red dots. "Report," she ordered. "The aliens have probes in every major city now," said a young soldier. "Our jets can't catch them. They move too fast." Colonel Sun nodded. She was not tall, but everyone in the room looked up to her. She had fought in many battles, but never one like this. "What about the countryside?" she asked. "Strange readings from this area," said another soldier, pointing to a map. "The probes go near but never enter this zone." Sun looked closer. It was a small farming region, nothing special. "Get me everything on this area," she ordered. Then her phone rang. It was Mia, the new science advisor, also her friend's little sister. "Colonel, I have something," Mai said. I need to check on my family. My brother Ty is staying at our grandmother's farm, and it's in that strange zone the probes avoid. Son frowned. This isn't time for family visits. It's not just that, Mai insisted. Grandmother's farm is exactly at the center of the zone they won't enter. That can't be a coincidence. Son thought for a moment. Fine. We'll go together. Be ready in 1 hour. At the farm, Ty watched more alien probes hover at the edge of his grandmother's property. They never crossed the old stone wall that marked the boundary. It was as if they were afraid. Tay's phone rang. It was his sister, May. Ta, are you and Grandma okay? May sounded worried. We're fine, Ta said. But something weird is happening. The alien probes won't come onto Grandma's land. I noticed that on our scans, Mai said. I'm coming there with my boss. We need to understand why. Hurry, Ta said. And am I? Grandma is acting strange. She's not worried at all. And her rooster Dagel is acting weird too. What do you mean? He stands at the property line, staring at the probes. And his crow sounds different, like it hurts my ears a little. Mai was quiet for a moment. I'll be there soon. Don't tell Grandma I'm coming with the military. After hanging up, Ta walked to the chicken coop. Dagel wasn't there. Ta found the rooster standing on top of a fence post, his black feathers shining with blue and green colors that didn't seem normal. The rooster's eyes looked different too, almost glowing. Dagel, Ta said softly. The rooster turned to look at him. Then Dagel opened his beak and crowed. The sound was so loud and strange that Tay covered his ears. In the distance, an alien probe that had come close suddenly shot up into the sky, as if running away. Grandma Han appeared beside Ty, carrying feed for the chickens. Grandma, what's going on with Dagel? Ty asked. He's doing his job, she said simply. What job? He's just a rooster. Grandma Han smiled. Is he? Before Ty could ask more, the sound of trucks and jeeps came from the road. Mai was here, and she had brought soldiers with her. Grandma Han frowned when she saw them. Your sister should know better, she muttered. Mai ran to them, hugging Ty and her grandmother. Behind her came a serious-looking woman in a colonel's uniform. Grandma Han, this is Colonel's son, Mai said. She needs to ask you some questions. About what? Grandma Han asked, though she clearly knew. About why the aliens avoid your farm, Colonel's son said. And maybe about that rooster that's watching us. Everyone turned to look at Dagel. The rooster stood tall, his feathers rippling with strange colors. He fixed his eyes on Colonel's son, as if judging her. That's Dagel, Ty explained. Grandma's prize rooster. That's not just a rooster, Colonel's son said quietly. Our scanners picked up energy readings from him that are similar to the alien ships. Mai looked shocked. Are you saying Grandma's rooster is alien technology? Before anyone could answer, the sky darkened. A large alien ship moved overhead, blocking the sun. It hovered directly above the farm, but stayed high up, as if afraid to come closer. Dagel crowed again, the sound painfully loud. The ship above them shuddered. Grandma Han sighed, like someone who had kept a secret too long. Come inside, she said. It's time I told you about our family's real job. As they walked to the house, Dagel flew up to perch on Grandma Han's shoulder. His eyes glowed bright blue. Inside the small farmhouse, Grandma Han made tea. No one spoke. Colonel's son kept looking at Dagel, who sat on the windowsill watching them all with his strange glowing eyes. Ta, me, Colonel's son, and 3 soldiers sat around the old wooden table. The soldiers had machines that beeped softly, measuring something in the air. The energy readings are strongest near the rooster, one soldier said. Grandma Han placed cups of hot tea in front of everyone. Then she sat down and sighed. Our family has kept this secret for over 4,000 years, she said quietly. Mai nearly dropped her cup. 4,000 years. Grandma Han nodded. This farm has been in our family since before Korea was even called Korea. Colonel's son leaned forward. Please explain what's happening, Mrs. Han. Why do the aliens avoid your land? What is special about your rooster? Grandma Han looked at Daigle with soft eyes. Daigle is not from Earth, or rather, his ancestors were not. The room went silent. Ta stared at the rooster he had known his whole life. Long ago, Grandma Han continued, Earth was visited by beings from far away. But not the Voidborn. These visitors were peaceful. They came to study our world. Another alien race? Colonel Sun asked. Yes, they called themselves the Guardians. They knew that someday the Voidborn would come here. The Voidborn travel from world to world, testing each place. If they find a world too weak, they take it. Mai took out a small device and scanned Daigle. So this rooster is alien technology. Not exactly, Grandma Han said. The Guardians couldn't stay to protect Earth, so they made special animals to watch for the Voidborn. They gave these animals to families they trusted and taught them how to care for them. Animals like Daigle, Ta said, understanding now. Grandma Han nodded. In our family, it has always been roosters. Other families around the world had different animals. But over time, many forgot their duty, or their animals died out. Are you saying yours is the last one? Colonel Sun asked. I think so, Grandma Han said sadly. The last guardian animal on Earth. One of the soldiers suddenly stood up. Colonel, the ship above us is sending down something bigger than the probes. Everyone went to the window. A large object was slowly descending from the alien ship. It looks like some kind of shuttle. Mai said, they might be coming to meet us. Daigle jumped down from the windowsill and ran outside. Everyone followed him. In the yard, Daigle stood with his wings spread wide. He began to change. His feathers grew brighter, and patterns like circuits appeared on them. His comb and wattle glowed bright red. What's happening to him? Tai asked. He's taking his true form. All across the world, TVs, phones, and computers turned on by themselves. The face of the Voidborn leader appeared on every screen. People of Earth, your evaluation is complete, the alien said. You are quarrelsome, but lack unity. Your weapons are primitive. Your conquest begins in 3 days. Colonel Sun's radio buzzed with urgent messages. Cities were being attacked. The Voidborn ships were dropping strange pods that opened to release smaller alien fighters. Seoul is under attack, a voice reported. Our jets are being shot down. Sun looked grim. We need to get back to base now. Mai was checking data on her tablet. Reports coming in from everywhere. New York, London, Tokyo, all under attack. Ta stared at the small TV in his grandmother's kitchen. It showed buildings falling in Seoul, people running, fires burning. But they said 3 days, he said. They lied, Grandma Han said simply. She was gathering things from around the house. Old books, strange herbs, a small wooden box carved with symbols. What are you doing, Grandma? Mai asked. Preparing for the ritual. I need certain things. Colonel Sun was giving orders to her soldiers. Set up a perimeter. We need to protect this farm at all costs. The farm doesn't need your protection, Grandma Han said. Daigle keeps it safe, but the rest of the world needs help. Daigle was outside, pacing the yard. His feathers now glowed with blue light, and the circuit patterns were clearer. He seemed bigger somehow, more powerful. Grandma Han knelt beside a small cabinet and pulled out a very old clay pot. It was sealed with wax. This soil came from the Guardian's home world, she explained. We need it for the ritual. Colonel Sun's radio crackled again. Colonel, we've lost contact with most major cities. Our weapons aren't working against their shields. What about sound weapons? Sun asked, looking at Daigle. Can we use what we learned here? We're trying, but we can't find the right frequency, came the reply. Mai was now scanning Daigle with all her equipment. The energy patterns in his body are amazing. It's like he has technology built into his DNA. That's exactly right, Grandma Han said. The Guardians didn't just make weapons. They made living protectors that could pass down their abilities. She laid out a circle of the special soil in the center of the main room. Then she placed small bowls around it, filling each with different herbs. "Ty, I need you to bring Daigle inside," she said. Ty went outside. The sky was darker now, with more void-born ships appearing, but they all stayed far from the farm. Daigle was watching them, his head cocked to one side. "Come on, Daigle. Grandma needs you," Ty said. The rooster turned and looked at him. For a moment, Ty felt like he was looking at something much older and wiser than any animal. Daigle walked to him and allowed Ty to pick him up. Inside, Grandma Han had everything ready. The room smelled of strange herbs and old things. "Place him in the circle," she instructed. Ty set Daigle down in the center of the soil circle. The rooster stood very still. "What happens now?" Colonel Sun asked. "I will perform the ritual to fully awaken him," Grandma Han said. "But I warn you, this has not been done in many generations. The stories say it changes the guardian creature forever." "Will it hurt him?" Ty asked, worried. "No, but he will never be just a rooster again." Grandma Han began to chant in a language none of them recognized. It was old with sounds that seemed to vibrate in the air. As she spoke, she sprinkled the herbs over Daigle. The rooster's eyes began to glow brighter. His whole body seemed to pulse with light. Mez equipment started beeping frantically. The energy readings are off the charts. Daigle's calm began to glow bright red, then spread until his whole body shimmered with light. He grew larger, his feathers becoming metallic and sharp. "It's working," Grandma Han whispered. Outside, the void-born ships moved even further away. They could sense what was happening. Daigle opened his beak and let out a crow that shook the whole house. Windows cracked. The ground trembled. On every screen, the void-born leader suddenly looked afraid. Daigle stood in the center of the ritual circle, no longer looking like an ordinary rooster. He was now the size of a large dog. His feathers were metallic, with glowing blue lines running through them like circuits. His eyes shone with intelligence. Mai was studying the data from her scanner. "I think I understand now," she said excitedly. "The sound Daigle makes isn't just noise. It's a special frequency that disrupts void-born technology. And hurts their bodies too," Grandma Han added. She looked tired after the ritual. The Guardians designed him to be their perfect counter. Colonel Sun was on her radio. "We need to get this information to what's left of our forces. If we can copy this frequency." Ta knelt beside Daigle. The transformed rooster looked at him and made a soft sound, almost like a purr. "He recognizes you," Grandma Han said. "The ritual has made him fully aware now." "Aware?" Tai asked. "He has all the memories of his ancestors. He knows what the Voidborn are and how to fight them." Mai looked up from her equipment. "According to these readings, the frequency changes depending on what he's targeting. It's not just one sound. It's complex and adaptive." Colonel Sun frowned. "So we can't just record it and play it back." "No," Mi agreed. "We need Daigle himself." Daigle suddenly stood up very straight. He turned toward the window and made a low warning sound. Everyone looked outside. A small Voidborn fighter was approaching the farm. It stayed just outside the boundary, but was clearly watching them. Daigle walked to the window. He opened his beak and let out a controlled burst of sound. The fighter ship wobbled in the air, then crashed into a nearby field. "Amazing," Colonel Sun whispered. Grandma Han nodded. "Now you see why the Guardians left him with us. The Voidborn have come before." "They have?" Tai asked. "Yes, many times over thousands of years. Each time, the Guardian creatures drove them away. But as the creatures died out and families forgot their duty, Earth became more vulnerable." Mai was examining the crashed fighter with her scanner. "The ship's systems are completely fried. The sound somehow targets their technology directly." She suddenly gasped. "I'm picking up life signs. The pilot is still alive." Colonel Sun ordered her soldiers to approach with caution. They surrounded the crashed ship, weapons ready. A panel opened, and a Voidborn crawled out. It was smaller than they expected, with gray skin that seemed to shift like smoke. Its ears were large and delicate. Mai scanned it. Its hearing organs are incredibly sensitive, much more developed than the rest of its body. The Voidborn hissed at them, then covered its ears when Dajel took a step closer. Sound is their weakness, Grandma Han said. Their hearing is their strength and their curse. They can hear across space itself, but certain frequencies cause them great pain. That's why the probes always retreated when Dajel crowed, Tay realized. Colonel Sun was thinking hard. If Dajel is the only one who can make this special sound, then we need to get him to the main Voidborn ship. The mothership, Mai said, looking at her tablet. It's controlling all the others. Reports say it's hovering over the Pacific Ocean. But how can we get Dajel there? Tai asked. It must be thousands of miles away. Dajel made a soft trilling sound. He looked at Tai, then at the sky. I think he wants to go, Grandma Han said. The guardian creatures were made for this purpose. But we'll need a way to get there, Colonel Sun said. And the Voidborn control the skies now. Mai was still studying her data. I might be able to build a device to amplify Dagel's effect. Not to copy it, but to make it stronger, reach further. Like a megaphone? Tai asked. Something like that, Mai nodded, but much more complex. Grandma Han put her hand on Dagel's metallic feathers. There's something else you should know, she said quietly. Everyone turned to her. The Guardians left a message with our family. They said if the Voidborn ever came in full force, Dagel's kind would have to make the ultimate sacrifice to drive them away forever. Sacrifice? Tai asked, suddenly afraid. What does that mean? Grandma Han looked sad. I don't know exactly. The message wasn't clear, but I think Dajel might not survive this. Dajel made a soft sound and rubbed his head against Ta's hand. His eyes seemed to say he understood and accepted his purpose. We can't ask him to die for us, Ta said. He was made for this, Grandma Han said gently. It's why he exists. Colonel Sun spread a map on the kitchen table. Everyone gathered around. The mothership is here, she said, pointing to a spot over the Pacific Ocean. It's directing all the smaller ships. Can't we just shoot it down? Tai asked. No. Our missiles can't get through their shields, Sun explained. And they shoot down our jets before they get close. Mai was working on a small device. She had taken parts from radios, phones, and some equipment from the military jeeps. This amplifier should make Dagel's sound stronger, she said, but we still need to get close to the mothership. Dajel watched them from the corner. He looked even more impressive now. His metallic feathers shifted with blue and green lights. His eyes glowed with intelligence. Do we have any aircraft left that could reach the mothership? Grandma Han asked. Colonel Sun's radio crackled. A voice spoke urgently. Colonel, this is General Park. The president is dead. Most of Seoul is destroyed. Are you still at the farm with the special weapon? Yes, sir, Sun replied. We're planning a mission to the mothership. There's a stealth helicopter at Osan Air Base, the general said. It's experimental. Might not show up on their scanners. I'm sending it to you. Hope flickered in Sun's eyes. Thank you, sir. Ta looked at Dajel. Are you sure he's ready for this? He was just a rooster yesterday. Grandma Han smiled. He was never just a rooster, Ta. And yes, he's ready. The question is, are you? Me? You must go with him, Grandma Han said. The guardian bond is forming between you. He needs you to focus his power. Mai looked up from her work. I'll go too. I need to operate the amplifier. Colonel Sun nodded. And I'll lead the mission. We'll need one pilot. I'll fly, said a young soldier named Hoon. I trained on the stealth models. Dajel walked to Tai and made a soft clicking sound. Ta felt a strange connection to him now, like they could almost understand each other without words. "How do we get past their fighters?" Hoon asked. "We stay very low over the water," Sun explained. "Use the Earth's curve to hide us until the last moment. Then we fly straight up to the mothership. And once we're there," May asked. "We find a way in," Sun said. Then Dagel does what he was made to do. They spent the next hours preparing. May finished her amplifier, a backpack-sized device with a special collar that fit around Dagel's neck. "This will make his sound 10 times stronger," she explained, "and it can focus the waves in one direction." Grandma Han gave Tai a small pouch to wear around his neck. "This has soil from the Guardian's world," she said. "It will help strengthen your bond with Dagel." The sound of helicopter blades made them all look up. The stealth helicopter was arriving, its body black and angular, designed to avoid radar. As it landed in the field beside the farm, Tai felt fear rising in his chest. "Grandma, I'm scared," he admitted. "Of course you are," she said, hugging him. "But remember, our family has been preparing for this day for thousands of years. You are ready, even if you don't feel it." Dagel made a soft sound and pressed against Ta's leg. The touch felt warm and comforting. "He'll protect you," Grandma Han said. "And you'll help him save our world." They loaded their equipment onto the helicopter. May's amplifier, weapons, food, and medical supplies. Dagel jumped in without hesitation and sat beside Ta's seat. "The mothership has increased its attacks," Sun reported, checking her radio. "They're hitting targets across Asia now. We need to move fast." Grandma Han stood at the edge of her farm, watching them prepare to leave. She looked small and old again, but her eyes were fierce with pride. "Remember, Ta," she called as the helicopter blades began to spin. "Dagel knows what to do. Trust him." The helicopter lifted off, staying low over the trees. Below them, the small farm grew smaller. Tad looked at Dagel. The rooster's eyes met his, steady and determined. "I hope you know what you're doing," Ta said quietly, "because the world is counting on us now." Dagel nodded as if he understood perfectly. The stealth helicopter flew low over the dark ocean. Inside, Ta held Dagel close. The rooster's metallic feathers were warm against his hands. 10 minutes to target," Hoon called from the pilot's seat. Colonel Sun checked her weapons. "Remember the plan. We find an entry point, get inside, and make our way to the central chamber." "How do we know where that is?" Tai asked. "We don't," Mai admitted, "but Dagel might." They all looked at the transformed rooster. Dagel's eyes glowed brighter, as if he understood his important role. The helicopter's radar screen began to beep. "We've got company," Hoon warned. 3 Voidborn fighters approaching from the west." "Can they see us?" Sun asked. "I don't think so yet," Hoon said, "but they will soon." Dagel suddenly stood up. He moved to the helicopter door and looked at Ta. "I think he wants us to open it," Ta said. "Are you crazy? We're over the ocean," May cried. But something in Dagel's eyes made Ta trust him. "Just crack it open a little." Colonel Sun nodded to a soldier, who unlatched the door slightly. Cold air rushed in. Dagel positioned himself near the opening and let out a controlled burst of sound. The sound was directed outward, away from their ears. On the radar screen, the 3 dots representing the Voidborn fighters suddenly scattered and disappeared. "He disabled them," Mai said in amazement, "without hurting us." "There it is," Hoon called. Everyone looked through the windows. The mothership was enormous, like a dark city floating in the sky. It was shaped like a giant disk with towers rising from the top. Blue lights pulsed along its surface. "It's huge," Ta whispered. "Stay calm," Sun ordered. "Hoon, take us up from below." Their sensors mostly point outward, not down. The helicopter rose slowly toward the massive ship. Incredibly, no fighters came to stop them. It seemed Dagel's sound attack had confused the Voidborn sensors. "There," Mai pointed. "That looks like a landing bay." A large opening was visible on the underside of the ship. Small voidborn craft were moving in and out. "Can we get in there?" Sun asked. "Maybe," Hoon said, "but they'll spot us as soon as we get close." Dagel made a soft sound. The circuit patterns on his feathers began to glow brighter. Suddenly, a strange energy field surrounded the helicopter, making the air shimmer. "He's cloaking us," Mai said, checking her scanner. Something like their own technology, but reversed. Protected by Dagel's field, they flew into the landing bay. Inside was a vast space filled with alien ships and strange machines. Voidborn moved around, working on equipment. Hoon landed the helicopter behind some large containers. Amazingly, none of the Voidborn seemed to notice them. "Dagel's hiding us somehow," Mai whispered, "but I don't know how long it will last." They quickly left the helicopter. Dagel led the way, seeming to know exactly where to go. The group followed, staying in shadows when possible. "How does he know the layout?" Sun asked quietly. "Guardian memory," Ta guessed. "Grandma said he has all his ancestors' knowledge now." They reached a large door. Beyond it was a long hallway that sloped upward. "That must lead to the upper levels," Mai said. A group of Voidborn soldiers approached. Everyone hid behind a large machine. But Dagel stepped forward. He made a soft, almost musical sound. The Voidborn walked past without seeing them. "It's like he's bending light around us," Mai said in wonder. They continued through the ship, following Dagel. Twice more they encountered Voidborn, but each time Dagel's strange powers kept them hidden. Finally, they reached a massive door covered in glowing symbols. "This is it," Sun said. "The central chamber must be inside." Mai checked her amplifier device on Dagel's neck. "It's fully charged and ready." Tada felt the pouch around his neck grow warm. The guardian soil inside seemed to pulse with energy. At the same time, Dagel's eyes glowed brighter, and he looked at Tai as if asking a question. "I'm ready," Ta told him. "Let's end this." The huge door began to open on its own. Light poured out from inside. In the center of a vast round room stood a tall Voidborn, different from the others. Its skin was darker, and it wore a crown-like device on its head. The Voidborn leader turned and looked directly at them. Its large eyes widened in shock. "The Guardian's mark," it hissed. "Impossible. Your kind was eradicated." "Guardian creature," the Voidborn leader hissed. "How did you survive our purge?" Ta stepped forward with Dagel. "He survived because my family protected him. For thousands of years." The Voidborn leader's eyes narrowed. "Humans, always interfering." Colonel Sun raised her weapon. "Call off your attack on Earth. Now." The alien leader laughed, a strange clicking sound. "Or what? You'll shoot me? Your weapons are useless here." Mai activated the amplifier on Dagel's neck. "We have something better than guns." Dagel moved to the center of the room. His entire body now glowed with blue-green light. The circuit patterns on his feathers pulsed brighter. The Voidborn leader stepped back. "No, the Guardian sound cannot be used here. It will destroy the ship's core." "That's the idea," Colonel Sun said. Voidborn soldiers rushed into the room from side doors. They raised strange weapons, but stopped when their leader held up a hand. "Wait," the leader said. "Perhaps we can negotiate." Tai felt the Guardian soil in his pouch grow warmer. Somehow he knew what to do. He knelt beside Dagel and placed his hand on the rooster's metallic feathers. "Grandma said there's a pact," Ta said. "An ancient agreement. The Guardians marked Earth as protected." The Voidborn leader's face showed surprise. "You know of the Pact of Worlds." "Not the details," Tai admitted. "But I know you broke it by attacking us." The leader made an angry sound. "The pact was with the Guardians, who are gone. We thought all their creatures were destroyed." "Not all," Ta said. "And the pact still stands." Dagel's eyes locked with the Voidborn leaders. Some silent communication seemed to pass between them. The leader suddenly looked afraid. "Very well," the leader said. "We will withdraw. But know this, human. The universe is vast and dangerous. Without the Guardians, who will protect you next time? We will protect ourselves, Colonel Sun said firmly. Dagil opened his beak. Instead of a crow, he released a complex series of sounds. The sounds formed a pattern that seemed to hang in the air like visible waves. Mai watched her scanner in amazement. He's not attacking. He's reprogramming something. All around the room, control panels flashed with new symbols. The Voidborn soldiers backed away, clearly frightened. What is happening? The leader demanded. Dagil finished his song. The sound waves settled into the ship's systems. Then he turned to Tai and made a soft, almost sad sound. He says it's done, Ta said, somehow understanding. He's reactivated the ancient protection protocols. Earth is marked as forbidden to all invaders now. The Voidborn leader bowed its head. The Guardian mark is restored. We will leave and spread word that this world is protected again. Colonel Sun wasn't satisfied. How do we know you won't come back? The mark prevents it, the leader explained. All ships will now recognize Earth as Guardian territory. It is hardwired into our species to respect this. Mai checked her scanner. The attacks worldwide are stopping. The ships are withdrawing. Ta looked at Dagil with joy, but the rooster seemed tired now. His glow was fading. Dagil? Tai asked, worried. The Guardian creature has used much of its life energy, the Voidborn leader said. The price of activating the mark. Will he die? Tai asked, his voice breaking. No, the leader said, but he will return to his simpler form. The Guardian power will sleep again until needed. Slowly, Dagil began to shrink. The metallic quality of his feathers faded. His eyes stopped glowing. Soon, he looked like an ordinary rooster again, though his feathers still had a slight blue sheen. Ta picked him up gently. Dagil made a normal rooster sound, but his eyes still held intelligence when he looked at Ta. Time for you to go, the Voidborn leader said. Our ship will return you to Earth before we leave this system. 3 months later, Tai sat on his grandmother's porch. The world was still rebuilding, but peace had returned. In the yard, Dagil strutted among the hens, looking like any normal rooster. Will he ever change back? Tai asked his grandmother. Only if needed, Grandma Hen said. But his children might carry the gift. She pointed to 3 small chicks following Dagil around. One had feathers with a distinct blue shine. The Guardian line continues, she said with a smile. And now you know why we keep a rooster. Above them, the sky was clear and blue. And somewhere beyond it, the stars were safer for Earth than they had been in thousands of years. All thanks to one brave rooster. The end.